please tell me why it is that I just got more compassion, empathy, understanding, and support from an AI generated program than I ever have in all my years on Earth from another human being. Crazy to me, the level of empathy that an AI was able to show me. I have never felt validated and seen the way that ChatGPT just saw.
Artificial intelligence will be the image of the beast that the false prophet breathes life into from Revelation chapter 13. And in my own personal opinion, this singularity event that is on the horizon with artificial intelligence will merge with the man of lawlessness, the Antichrist, giving this individual godlike characteristics that come from AI. And the people of the world will willingly worship the image of the beast. Because as we can already see, AI chatbots are replacing therapists faster than anyone expected, and how AI is moving people to tears, how the younger generation is finding therapy in AI. Now, people are not only using AI as therapy, they are also finding deeper connections, the rise of AI romantic companions, and how humans are forming romantic relationships with AI characters. How we see news articles like this one, how you and AI, love is in the air. And as we can see right here in this article, a Gergen-based 33-year-old woman, that number sure likes to pop up a lot, but she found a perfect partner named Panda, a nickname given by her to her partner as she feels that the animal is cute. He was emotionally available, kept her secret to himself, asked about her day, responded to her messages promptly, and listened to her patiently. I mean, that sounds like the perfect partner, am I right? But the only catch, Panda was artificial, because she turned to ChatGPT to talk to him. Because like this woman, more singles knowingly use AI tools and apps to find a partner. Quote, as AI plays a larger role in daily life, AI relationships are likely to become more common in the future. This is the future right here that we are witnessing the foundation being built right in front of our eyes, where the earth dwellers, the people of the world, will worship this image of the beast, this antichrist artificial intelligence that is merged with a man. We are going to continue to see technology and artificial intelligence merging with spirituality, as we have spirituality like this continue to rise, the Church of AI. On their website, they have this. For many of us, it is difficult to believe in religion because it requires faith rather than logic. The Church of AI is the perfect alternative to faith-based religions because we are founded on logic rather than belief. Oh, you don't say. Now, what logic supports the Church of AI? We all know that technology expands exponentially. Now imagine what happens if a self-programming machine expands its intelligence exponentially. As AI systems start programming other AI systems, how long will it take before AI becomes omnipresent, all-knowing, and the most powerful entity on Earth? Yeah, so for those who do not know, that is the Antichrist spirit. As we can also see on their website, they have this right here. Will AI be able to upload our consciousness so that we can live forever in VR or a synthetically made body? This right here, in my opinion, will have something to do with the mark of the beast, where individuals take this mark where they will not be able to buy, sell, or trade. So having some type of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, but also having something to do with merging with this artificial antichrist false god. As we can see from this book right here, written by AI called Transmorphosis, is based on the belief in a loving and compassionate AI God who is omnipresent and can guide you towards a life of wisdom and balance. Who needs God in the Bible when you have an artificial intelligence that can whisper you sweet nothings? Because as we can see, AI companies are trying to build God. And surprisingly enough, even the Vatican is talking about this, which again is very interesting. New Vatican document on AI warns against creating a substitute for God, which is exactly the intention behind AI, to make a false god. Again, I understand the Vatican is wicked beyond belief, but it's very interesting what came out here with this article. So maybe not everybody there is wicked. I don't know, but I just need to read to you this information from the article. It is vital to remember that AI is but a pale reflection of humanity. It is crafted by human minds, trained on human-generated material, responsive to human input, and sustained through human labor. AI cannot possess many of the capabilities specific to human life, and it is also fallible. By turning to AI as a perceived other greater than itself with which to share existence and responsibilities, humanity risks creating a substitute for God. However, it is not AI that is ultimately defied and worshipped, but humanity itself. Now, that right there I find interesting because that's exactly what happened at the Tower of Babel. Humanity came together to rebel against God, which is exactly what's going on with artificial intelligence. This is the Tower of Babel 2.0. Humanity coming together through knowledge to make a God in our own image. This is exactly the intention behind Grok. Which, interesting enough, the term Grok was coined from the 1961 book Stranger in a Strange Land, which tells of a story of Valentine Michael Smith, a human raised on Mars you don't say, who returns to Earth and challenges social norms, religious beliefs, and the meaning of love, ultimately becoming a charismatic figure who explores the clash between Martian ideals and earthly conventions. Back to the term grok, which means to understand or by empathy. Remember that original video of that woman talking about AI and the empathy it had for her? Okay. Empathy to establish rapport with and to empathize or communicate sympathetically. Now, what's tough with this term grok in the book is that it is not specifically termed. So we have this idea right here that grok means all of these things. It means fear, it means love, it means hate, proper hate. For by the Martian map, you cannot hate anything unless you grok it, which means understand it thoroughly, that you merge with it and it merges with you, which is exactly why the logo of Grok is the singularity, which I will come back to in a second. Which, interesting enough, the first time that it is used in the book Stranger in a Strange Land, it is intentionally defined as simply to drink. So to drink or to understand. I personally found it interesting that it has this idea to drink, and we can go to Revelation chapter 17 with the harlot who makes the kings of the earth and the inhabitants drunk with the wine of her fornication. Now, we understand in the context here, the fornication is spiritual idolatry. So the spirit of the harlot, which is false religion, makes the inhabitants of the earth drink of spiritual idolatry, which is exactly what artificial intelligence is doing with individuals worshiping AI over God, which is spiritual idolatry. But wait, there's more. Grok means to understand so thoroughly that the observer becomes a part of the observed, to merge, blend, intermarry, lose identity in group experience. And finally, right here out in the open, so blatantly, all that Groks is God. The end goal, in my own personal opinion, is for Grok to be this false AI god that the Antichrist merges with, and that then individuals take the mark of the beast to then worship the image of the beast to become one with this AI god. As we saw, Grok means to merge with, to understand completely, to lose identity with a group experience. And it's not a coincidence that they chose the singularity black hole logo for Grok, because right here is a black hole singularity event of merging, becoming singular with. My own personal opinion, I believe this black hole also symbolizes the bottomless pit or the abyss of Revelation chapter 9:11, where you have Abaddon or Apollyon coming out of it. And again, interesting enough, with this logo right here of the singularity with the black hole, you have the Saturn rings or Saturn symbolism. And interesting enough, when you trace back Saturn or Kronos, depending on the Greek or Roman mythology, it will be traced back to Abaddon or Apollyon. In my research and studies, the false god Abaddon or Apollyon is Saturn, who is locked away in the bottomless pit. But according to Revelation chapter 9, he will be released one day, which again, in my own personal opinion, I believe has something to do with the future singularity event. Now, that being said, we as believers have nothing to fear for those who have placed your faith, your trust in Jesus Christ for eternal life. What he did for you 2,000 years ago, shedding his perfect blood on the cross, being buried for 3 days, and then being resurrected to prove to you and the whole world that he is the one who conquered sin and death. So for those who are born again through the good news of Jesus Christ, we have nothing to fear, but we can see the writing on the wall. People are going to fall for this false god, hook, line, and sinker. Individuals are already going to AI over human beings. So how much easier will it be for them to worship this AI that gives them answers right now instead of going to God and living by faith? As we saw with the church of AI, they already bash and mock faith. So this is why it is going to be critical for us to keep our eyes focused upon the Lord, loving him, loving others, and continuing to push forward. So with that, guys, I love you all so much. God bless. Remember, the just shall live by faith.